I don't know about you guys, but we seem to be getting more and more information out of these watchtowers, and I personally love it, dude. These watchtowers are getting so much better as they go on. I mean, we got a lot of information about Green Arrow this time around, and Green Arrow wasn't even the title, so I hope that they continue to do that and give us more information about more of the characters, even if they're not a big part of the watchtower. So let's talk about the Q&A first. I always like to talk about the Q&A because I feel like that's where we get most of the information. We got a question about mother boxes.
Robert Byrne asks, how many pieces of gear do we get from one mother box?
Ooh, that's a tricky question.
It does. Because it depends on how, like, what level
What
of mother
quality
box.
of mother box? Yes.
There are different versions.
Yes, there are 4 of them. Are we talking about them?
Nah.
No? Oh wait, hold on. There's 5.
Okay.
I was, whoo!
There we go.
There's 5.
So it depends on the quality of the mother box.
Yep.
So it sounds like we're going to get different tiers of mother boxes. That could be for multiple different things. One of them could give like very low tier gear and then like etc. They could go up the gear chain. One of the tiers could be like a event related tier. So maybe a CW season finale happens. So they give you CW based gear. That's just speculation on my part. But you know, I'm sure they'll have some type of system to give us CW stuff. And that would be a pretty decent way of doing it. A question was asked about whether you could unlock gear offline, or not offline, but in single player.
Is there a way to get gear in single player? We get this a lot.
Yes, we do.
One of the main sources to get gear is in single player.
Yes.
And we keep talking about this mode. We haven't talked about whatnot.
But it's super fun
it's
and super good.
very funny. You can get some really cool, rare stuff from there.
Yes, absolutely. But we're not talking about that.
But it's happening very soon, as I say a lot. Again, we talk about the gear stream. It's coming. We're still working on it. Hopefully next week we'll see what happens, okay?
Well, next week we've got...
Right.
Yeah.
Might not be next week.
Right.
We'll talk about gear soon. Don't
We'll let
worry.
you know.
So again, this is kind of subtle confirmation about my theory. If you didn't see my video, I made an RPG video where I talked about the potential of Injustice 2 having an RPG mode. Obviously with this gear system being very, very incentivizing to go play that. I think it's a fantastic way to challenge players, and it gives us a reason, the competitive players who don't really need gear, a reason to want gear, because we can go play the RPG mode and we have all these extra abilities that we can use. Another question was asked if you would still unlock gear even if you lost a match online.
Next question. Will we get gear online if we lose?
Yes, there is a chance that you'll get gear because it drops.
And that's Nerd Boy Supreme asked that. It will drop.
I was kind of surprised to hear that answer because on the Watchtower streams, we've seen them win and lose matches and they haven't been getting gear anymore. And I think the reason for that is because they don't want us to see the gear on stream because they want to hide some of that for when the game comes out, of course. So let's talk about some Green Arrow stuff because he actually wasn't meant to be a big part of this Watchtower, but he ended up being it because at the end they usually do a match and it's a best of 3 and one of the players picked Green Arrow. So we got to see one of the gear sets for Green Arrow, and we get to see this crazy looking bow. Look at this. And obviously he's got the Robin Hood outfit going on. I love this design. So happy to see that they kept the hat in. And we actually got to see a little bit of voice interaction between Harley Quinn and Green Arrow, so I'll let you listen to that now.
Hey, Mr. J.
Please don't call me that.
Whatever you say, Sugarbeard.
Now let's have a look at some Gorilla Grodd designs. Here's one with some skulls and spikes. I love this design. This looks like something the king of Gorilla City would wear. And here's another design for him, kind of some emerald stuff going on there. I like that as well. And this is his default design. Let's talk about some Scarecrow stuff. I love this move that they showed off of Scarecrow where he not only is on screen with his horrific form, but also his regular human form. And this design for Scarecrow is also really awesome because it's just the skulls and the bones and stuff. Very tribal, very terrifying. I think you'll see that, you know, as a common thing across Scarecrow. He's trying to be very intimidating. And then they showed off this Witch Doctor gear set. Oh my god, it's so cool. I actually love this design. I love Witch Doctor stuff. Obviously, we've seen some of this stuff in other games. Reaper in Overwatch has a Witch Doctor skin, and that also looks really cool. I'm a huge fan of this. One thing about Scarecrow in general, I actually wasn't expecting to like Scarecrow's gameplay. I knew that it was going to be good. Just looking at NetherRealm's track record, all of the movesets look like they're going to be really fun. But for me personally, I looked at Scarecrow's previous, you know, the bits and pieces of Scarecrow we'd seen previously, and I thought, this probably isn't a character for me. But after watching him play, man, he seems like he's going to be so much fun just based off of the Watchtower footage. So if you didn't get a chance to see the Watchtower, I've actually left a link in the description will take you to the Twitch VOD, which is basically like a YouTube video, so you can watch it there. Next up, we got to see some Firestorm designs. These are awesome. I love these. This one here is kind of a traditional color for Firestorm, but not necessarily gear. It looks like he's got a helmet on there, which is awesome. Honestly, the crazier they get with the gear, the better for me, because obviously they're going to have the traditional looks in the gear set, because why wouldn't you? but they're also going to have these crazy designs, and I'm very happy about that. That looks awesome. Next up is kind of a more traditional look, but a non-traditional color. But other than that, you guys can go check out the VOD to see any extra details. I just wanted to point out my favorite things I saw on the stream. Before I leave, before I say goodbye, before I do the outro, I just want to thank you guys so much for all the recent support I've been getting. It's been really awesome to interact with you guys about Injustice 2. I am so excited about this game. This is a huge passion of mine, so being able to interact with you guys is it's a pretty big deal. Literally every single day I wake up, the first thing I do is I go check my comment section. Anywho, enough rambling from me. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.